Alright, you guys know what time it is, man. We're about to go to this gym and get in a shoulder session. I'm gonna bring you guys along, show you how we get it done, so check it out. Alright, so for our first shoulder exercise, I started with rear delts. I just did some reverse flies on the pec deck machine. Normally most gyms have one of these machines where you can either do the chest fly or the rear delts. When I do shoulders, I like to start by warming up my rear delts and get everything moving before I kind of get into my heavier presses. Alright, so here we got it from another angle. Starting off my workout, I'll probably do 4 to 5 sets on this machine here to kind of get me warmed up, get the blood flowing and everything. And another pro tip for you on this one is when you go to do this, make sure you keep your shoulders kind of pressed down. You don't want to raise them up too much because you'll kind of start working your traps a lot if you do that. So when you're doing this exercise, guys, make sure to keep the weight a little bit lower and make sure you're actually targeting your rear delts and you're not going crazy heavy and just working your traps. So focus on that. Alright, for our second exercise on shoulders tonight, I went over and did the Smith machine, and I'm just doing basically Smith machine shoulder press here. I started off with kind of a warm-up set to kind of get warmed up to the weight, and then I started adding on, and I'm shooting for 3 working sets here where I'm going over 10, maybe 10, 12, and doing as many as I can. Alright, this is going to be my second working set here. And I like to use the Smith machine because it allows me to push it a little harder, where if I was doing some kind of free weights or just a standard barbell shoulder press, you got to rack it before you can, push too hard because you don't want to fail and have the weight. So if you do a Smith machine, it allows you to, get a few more reps on your own that you're not sure if you're going to be able to get or not. And if you can't, you can obviously just click the bar back over and rack it. So Smith machines are really great for your shoulders. Alright, another pro tip for you on this one while you're doing your presses like this, make sure you keep your whole body real tight, your core tight and stabilized and everything, because the energy really starts from your feet on the ground and transfers all the way up. So you really got to make sure everything's stabilized, and when you're pressing, make sure you're really pressing through with your shoulders. You're dropping down, you only got to go about 90 degrees when you see my arms, and then just push back up with your shoulders. Alright, for the third exercise in this shoulder workout, we're going to move on over to just your standard dumbbell fly. And once again, I'll probably grab some 10-pound weights and go through, 8, 9 reps just to kind of feel it out. And then I'll switch up to my working sets. Alright, so a pro tip for these lateral raises, when you're doing these, if you sit down, like I like to sit down, I feel like I can just focus more on contracting my shoulders and I'm not swinging around and all that stuff. So when you're giving these a try, make sure you're setting up real tall, keep your posture up nice and tall, keep your head tall. That's one thing a lot of people don't emphasize, and your whole posture and how you set up before you start the movement actually plays a big role in kind of your overall performance. So think about that while you're doing it. Alright, make sure when y'all are doing these exercises, you're keeping your intensity up high, man. When I get done with my sets of doing these lateral raises, it literally feels like somebody's lit a fire inside my shoulders just because they're just burning so bad. So make sure you're really just pushing yourself. Alright, for our fourth shoulder exercise tonight, we are just doing an incline front shoulder raise or front lateral raise, whatever you want to call it. And basically just kind of keep your weight up a little bit lower on this one and really focus on just pulling up with your shoulders. Man, this is a really hard one, and it's really taxing on your shoulders, so kind of try it out with a lower weight first before you kind of get going too heavy on it. Alright, and if you kind of see how I built this workout and designed it, I kind of started off with the lacking body parts most, you know, rear delts people are mostly lacking. And then from there, I kind of went over into the heavy pressing, trying to get more mass onto the shoulder. And then from there, obviously over to side laterals, because I feel like that's going to be the second best movement for you to kind of get that bowling ball capped off shoulder. And then from fourth, you know, we went into these front raises, which are very good to do, you know, from time to time, but you do tax your front shoulders a lot and all your other presses. So I just put them in there, you know, as a maintenance thing every once in a while. All right, and for our last and final exercise, I moved back over to a cable pulley where I'm targeting the rear delts again. I just feel like I need to work on my rear delts a little bit more, so I felt like I had a little bit more energy in me. I wanted to go over there and knock this one out. This is just basically a standing rear cable fly, just doing single arm. All right, and on this final exercise, just give it good 2 to 3 good working sets, and that'll be all done. All right, well, I really hope you guys like this video. Give this workout a try next time you go up there to do shoulders. Comment back and let me know how you like it. Make sure you guys subscribe and check out some of my other workout videos I'll be putting out. Alright, and ultimately, man, I'm making these videos just trying to help educate people. I'm really just trying to show people what I've learned, how to work out, and kind of how I've transformed my body in doing so. So I'm really just trying to take what I've learned, and maybe I could help fast track somebody else who's not quite so sure about it. So yeah, just make sure y'all follow this, man, and let me know how much you loved it.